Hello, everyone. Welcome to this community meeting. I will be monitoring it today because Andrew is still out of office. I think he will be back next week. So I don't think there's anyone new here, right? Is there someone new that want to say hi? Alrighty. So let's check the release schedule. So I think the next real important time frame is the feature freeze. Which is this one, I guess, right? Oh, here it is. KubeVirt code freeze. So yeah, there's still plenty of time, I guess, but yeah, this is schedule. We can glance over the upcoming CFPs. So I see there's KubeCon on North America, May 27. Yeah, so still plenty of time to submit a CFP here. And there's also StackConf in Munich, Germany. Cool stuff. So feel free to send CFPs. Okay, next one is Daniel. Do you want to take it up?
Hey, I didn't expect that I would be so early. I thought there would be a couple of agenda and note stuff, but yeah, so you got me a bit like by surprise. Yeah, so I just wanted to mention that actually today, according to the schedule, the providers for the latest Kubernetes release should be voting. As most of you must have noticed, like 133 has been released a couple of days or weeks ago. I don't remember exactly. I think it's been like around 1.5 or 2 weeks or something on when the 133 was stable, has gotten stable, the release. So the thing is that at the moment we are experiencing like runtime regressions with the pre-submits and with the periodic. So those are frequently timing out. If you click on the link, I don't have like a better pen at the moment. So this is like the Grafana that actually shows. You can just sign with GitHub. That should be enough here. That shows actually like the test runtimes and also the test lane runtimes. This is like the special panel that shows you like the E2E test lane runtimes. On the upper right, you see there is a couple of runtimes. You should probably see there, for example, that the SIG Compute 133 is running like 4.5 hours, which like is when you're looking at the SIG Compute 130, for example, which is only taking half the time. So there is something strange going on. I couldn't yet, at least, like identify what is the case there or what is going on. So I urge everyone to take a look at that, especially the Kubernetes experts here. That might be much more front in debugging what is going on here. So that's one thing. Yeah, Inamar, sorry. What do you want to say?
So there was something that I discussed with Brian recently, which is about the mismatch version of Cryo. So basically, what they do at the Kubernetes side, they take the newest Kubernetes and test it with main Cryo, because Cryo releases only after Kubernetes is released, and we're not doing that. So basically, our 133 provider uses like an outdated CRI version. I'm not sure that's a problem here, but like in general, that's a problem, because like when I was testing, for example, in-place hot plug, that's a feature that's supported in 133, but in our provider, it just failed all around the place, and it took me a while to figure out that Cryo just doesn't support it in this version. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. The thing is, I think like Actually, we don't know what the release schedule of Cryo is. As far as I remember, it's always been like it's been being released a little bit later than the Kubernetes version itself most of the time. And so, to the other point, I think like we didn't experience those problems in earlier days, or at least I can't remember. We are doing this for quite a while already. That we are just testing with beta providers. And we never had the problem that we had such a runtime regression. So I think there is something bad going on. I would not or I would not disagree with you that this might be caused by the cryo version, but I figure that this might not be the only reason, at least. So there must be something else. I don't think that cryo alone will be the reason for that. Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
again, I'm just wanting. I'm just the messenger, and I just want to tell you that there is something wrong that we need to investigate. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense to make the lane voting, because otherwise pull requests will get blocked, right? So that we don't want to do that. So yeah. I just wanted to raise the flag somehow, so that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and thank you. And yeah, for what it's worth, I didn't look at the regression whatsoever. Just saw this issue like on a completely different scenario. So yeah. Thank you very much, Daniel. Any other thoughts about this topic? Cool. So I see there's something.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not related to the tests or the regression, but I was just curious. The Grafana panel looks really neat. Is that something new that was added to the project?
It's been a while. I think it must be existing like for a year or something. I don't remember when we added that, but we have a couple of these inside the monitoring that we are using.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm really curious from the SIG scale perspective. We've been maintaining our own code repo of data and plotting them. Instead of doing that, if we can push the data into Grafana and then have the charts as dashboard there, it would be really amazing. Like we can get rid of a lot of code that is maintaining those panels. So I might reach out to you on Slack to learn more about it.
Sure. So basically the I'm not sure if am I audible still? Okay. Basically, the panels are all like stored inside the Grafana deployment that we have inside the project infra. I'll send you a link so you might be able to investigate a lie.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, that will be very helpful.
Thank you. All right, so I see a PR from Aurel here, but I see that Jed wrote it's already approved, so okay, and it's merged. Great, I guess nothing left here. Okay, we can just glance upon PRs and see if there's anything interesting. And by the way, I see this is the end of the agenda, so if someone has an interesting topic to talk about, just let me know. This is interesting. So, Vladek, this is an issue we've been talking about for a while. Maybe you want to talk about this one?
I don't see Vladek in the list.
Yeah, Vladek is not here, so but yeah, the general idea is to add a new label, which you can see it's the PR in the description over there. And then we will add a GitHub automation that will label every PR which has approved web for it. So please try to look up for the label in the upcoming probably weekdays. And also a gentle reminder that now we have a web freeze and we already know what kind of PRs should have priority. So bug fixes, critical fixes and such, but also please prioritize the webs as well. Thank you.
Cool. So it basically applies the same label to all PRs. I mean, how would it know that like the PR is tied to a web just from its description or something like that? That's pretty interesting.
Very good question.
I think that from what I saw, it's in the PR description. If there is a link to a merged web, then the gate is true, so it will add the label. That's for what I understood. But yeah, probably it's worth it to improve the PR template. Adding a special section, guiding the user that is gonna open a PR okay, if you want to link a specific web, you can uncomment this and link the web.
Well, pretty cool. We've been discussing this for a while. Yeah, great to see this.
Yeah, and in general, just a quick note related to the web PRs. I think that we should link the tracker instead of the announcement itself. That's my point of view. I don't know if you agree. That's just makes sense.
What do you mean by the tracker? Like the issue?
The tracker issue. Yeah, the tracker issue instead of the web PR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so. The web PR is basically. I mean, it's a confusing term because like the same web can be updated with many PRs, right? So I think the two options here are either the issue, which is probably the right way to go. I agree, or the web itself, like the file itself that's merged to the repo. But yeah, I think the issue is better because the issue basically contains all the details very quickly, links to everywhere you need. So yeah, I tend to agree. Cool. Anything else that's interesting? Yeah, okay, well, maybe we can go to the bug scrub section and see if we can find anything interesting there. Oh, mailing list. Oh, there's something that I've sent today. So it's about disabling feature gates through KubeVirt CR. Basically, I've created a PR so that we could explicitly disable feature gates. Today, this is not possible because we have a slice of strings. So if the feature gate doesn't appear there, basically, we just don't configure it in any way. If it's there, it's enabled. So like if a feature gate is on by default, there is just no way to disable it, which is problematic because this way we can't enable beta features on the by default. And that's problematic because if beta features are disabled by default, it means that they are never tested, that they might break one another. And only once they reach GA, it's the first time that we actually run them through the whole test suite, which is problematic. So the thing is that there are like a few approaches to take here in terms of API, because we already have this API and we can't get rid of it that quickly. So very briefly speaking, we have like three alternatives. One of them is to add a map, which was my original implementation. Map from a feature gate to true or false or whatever, and this way we can either enable or disable. The problem with this is that it creates like a new API field, which is different from what we had. Not that nice, but an option. Yeah, basically all of the options here are pretty ugly, but we have to choose something. And the second approach, which Lubo suggested, is that we can enable a special syntax to the current API. So something like feature equals false or true, or maybe exclamation mark, and then the feature to indicate that it's false, something like that. The problem here is that, it's not standardized in any way, and now each component that will try to read the feature gates will have to parse them. Which is also a con. And the third option is just to add another slice, which is disabled feature gates. And then we'll have two APIs for enabled and disabled feature gates. So yeah, I have the PR open here. I mean, I don't have a strong opinion on this, to be honest. I just want to do something that we have a consensus for and that everybody is okay with. So here's the PR if somebody wants to drop their thoughts.
Hey, Itamar, I have some thoughts. I recently, through multiple incidents, found out that putting a map in the API is explicitly discouraged in all of the upstream Kubernetes APIs and API conventions. So I think I would be definitely not in favor of that approach. If we indeed want to do something like that, then there is a way they convert the map into named lists. So you can have like feature get name colon the feature get name and then enabled equals to true or false, something like that, which becomes equivalent to a map. But having a map explicitly is against the API conventions.
So thank you very much for sharing that. Two questions. First of all, if you have a link for that, that would be awesome. And
yes.
Second of all, if you know the reasons for why it's discouraged.
Yes, I have the link for it, and I also have reasons. So there are two reasons for it. One is just a style preference. The issue with a map is the key section of it is unbounded, in the sense that you never can predict from an API point of view what keys are going to be present in the map and hence the API. So adding any kind of validation on keys is unpredictable. Second, from just a scale point of view, encoding and decoding a map is computationally more intensive from Go encoding and decoding point of view than a set of lists. Those are the two that I have dug up. I'll share the link and that will have the reasons mentioned there.
Thank you very much. That would be great. Any other thoughts on this, by the way? Because I've heard many different opinions. All right, we'll move on. Thank you very much, Ali. So anything else that somebody wants to talk about here?
Yes, hey, I wanted to talk about the mailing list thread that Ryan started. The 6 scale, I think it's third on your list.
This one?
Yes. So I just wanted to summarize this here and open it up for discussion and bring it to people's attention. In 6scale, in last couple weeks, we found that between February 16th and 20th, there is a drop in VMI creation to running, both in VM as well as the VMI APIs. I think the drop is close to 50%. So we used to be going from create to running in 20 seconds. Now we take 30 seconds. And we've identified that we went through a list of PRs, and somewhere between these two PRs that got merged, the performance started degrading. So the issue is that one of these PRs had the end-to-end test run on it. So we got the numbers for that, and that was degraded, but the other doesn't. So we don't know which one of it exactly caused this regression, but it would be nice to for PR authors to come in and comment if they think any such regression is possible for their code.
Yeah, thanks a lot for bringing it into attention.
Yeah, I think from the world talk, or what was the PR from my side, I don't believe that's really the case, the ghost record, because it's just refactoring. So no semantic change should be there unless it was unintentional.
Yeah, so I noticed in your PR there was a lot of locking happening. Basically, we wait for locks on that ghost records, and then it's serialized on locks. So that was the reason why we had it in that suspect list. If you think those logs were already present from before and no new ones or no races were introduced, then it makes sense. Yeah, it might not be the culprit. But the issue is with this one, we don't have data on whether it introduced the regression or not. With the other one, we have data and we see the regression.
Is there Daniel today?
I'm sorry, can you go again?
Is there Daniel today? Daniel Hiller?
Yeah, he's here.
Sorry,
Daniel, can you hear now?
didn't listen.
Perfect. So I was just wondering if we can just kick off the 6scale job, but with the commit for these PRs, like kind of retrospectively kick on the job here, so we can see if either one of those is causing the bump. What do you think?
So sorry, Daniel, I can go here. Itamar, if you scroll down all the way at the end, I think we tried to run this test in the 6scale meeting, but we didn't see it triggered on the prov CI. Maybe the syntax or something is wrong, or it just doesn't work in retrospect.
I think that you just don't see it because it merged already. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's so slow all of a sudden.
Normally, you can always take a look at the details. You should then still see the links to the jobs to the latest, but also the PR history should work.
Yeah, that's what I always do. I just go to PR history and then see everything here. But yeah, I don't see the scale.
I think you should look for performance. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Okay. If you can click the latest one, I think
just a sec. Okay. Performance, and this is the latest one.
Yeah, and if you can go to artifacts, then again artifacts. Yes, performance. Let's open the VMI audit results. And we can look for creation to running. Interesting. We didn't get any values for it. Okay, I think we'll debug this further in 6scale. Don't have to invest time here on this call.
Cool, but thank you very much for bringing it up. Sorry, got lost here. Okay, so yeah, I think we reached the end of our time. So yeah, thank you everyone, and see you at the C-Compute meeting that starts right now.
Hey, Itamar, sorry, can you just post the link to that job on this agenda so we can take it forward? Sorry about that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'll do that offline in a second. See you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. See you. Bye.